What is going on, everybody? Back at it again with another YouTube video. And as you can tell by my hat, it is obviously Christmas time. And to bring some holiday festivities to the channel, I'm just going to be wearing a Eagles, Sixers, Phillies, or Flyers Santa hat for the rest of the month of December. Sorry for not uploading yesterday. I was a little bit busy with work and a couple other things that I had to take care of. But we are back, and we are talking Sixers basketball yet again, because who wants to talk about the bad things that are going on in Philadelphia when you can focus on the future, and the future is soon, very soon. Before I get into what I want to mainly talk about, how in the world do the Sixers not have a Christmas Day game? Let me know in the comments section below why you think they don't have a Christmas Day game when they've won the last 2 of 3 that they've played in the last 3 years. And if they did have one, who do you think they would be playing? I personally believe we would be playing either the Celtics or the Heat, because it would just make sense. I don't see why we wouldn't be. But I guess the NBA had other plans, and I don't know. I just don't know. I'm kind of mad about it. I mean, I obviously love watching the Sixers, and then for the last 3 years, I went to 2 of them. I went to the one in Madison Square Garden, and I went to the one last year, and it's playoff intensity. Not playoff intensity, but the environment is playoff-like. And, I do like that, but obviously with no fans in the stands, for the time being, there was never going to be any of that anyways. But I'm still waiting to see who the Sixers are playing first. I kind of want it to be the Wizards. I do kind of want to play the Wizards first game. Obviously, we probably all know that Russell Westbrook was recently traded. Last night, he was actually traded to the Wizards for John Wall. So a Bradley Beal, Russell Westbrook duo, it's a pretty good duo. I mean, 2 All-Stars, 2 electrifying players in this league, and definitely excited to see what those guys are going to do. But to get to the 2 main points that I want to make in this video, the 2 points are the young guys, Matisse and Tyrese Maxey, and how I think they will affect, and Shake Milton, and how I think they will affect this team this upcoming season, and Doc Rivers on Ben Simmons' shooting abilities. Now I will start with the Ben Simmons, Doc Rivers shooting abilities. So yesterday, pretty much, Doc Rivers goes on the air. He says in an interview that he isn't worried and he isn't going to make Ben Simmons shoot the ball. He's going to give him the keys and let him do what he wants. Now, there was a couple different reactions to that. There was the Stephen A. Smith reaction where he was like, Doc, you got to tell the kid to shoot. I mean, if Ben Simmons shoots the ball, he could be a top 5 player in this league. Because with the spacing, and there's so many different ways that he would be able to score the ball if he just shot it a little bit. Even if he didn't make it, he's keeping them honest. They got to play up, and his first step is going to get by an opposing defender, especially a point guard. It's just that simple. He's 6'10". His first step is obviously going to be better than their defense. That's just a known fact. But in my opinion, Ben needs to shoot the ball. He 100% needs to shoot the basketball. Will he, though? Will he shoot the basketball this year under Doc Rivers and the other coaches? And what's really riding with this team? Now, I think he definitely needs to shoot more. But, there is a but. I do not think it is as important as if it was last year. This year, look at this team compared to last year. We have shooters everywhere. And Seth Curry is the main guy. He is the main shooter on this squad. If you can get Seth Curry, his shots. If you can give Tobias Harris to have an electrifying year, a good 3-point shooting year, if you can give them that, plus all the other shooters. I mean, don't get me wrong, Seth Curry is just one of them. But Seth Curry, he's a Curry. And I'm going off of kind of what Stephen A. Smith said. And he's not wrong. Seth Curry being on this team is huge for Ben Simmons. He could shoot. He could shoot off the dribble. He could catch and shoot. Seth Curry's going to be huge. Now, how many points do I think Seth Curry's going to average around? Probably 12 to 15. I would say anything from that. The guy can shoot. And he's made a pretty good living off of it. So is his brother. 2-time MVP, 3-time finals winner. I mean, probably the greatest three-point shooter ever. His dad, great shooter. I mean, he just runs in a family line of great shooting ability. And, you know, with a guy like Ben Simmons, who gets the most three-point assists in the league, Seth Curry could have a career year. Danny Green could have a resurgence year. You know, Furkan, he had a solid year last year. Shake Milton, Matisse, Maxey. And that leads me into my next point. Shake Milton, Tyrese Maxey, and Matisse Thybulle are the young bucks of this team that are actually meaningful. Meaning, if you trade them, you should be able to get something valuable back. Now, you could trade Furkan, but you're not getting a first-round pick. You might get a solid player. Maybe. And you'd probably have to give up more than just Furkan. But with Shake, with Matisse, and with Maxey, I mean, these guys are valuable pieces to the Sixers. Shake Milton's a great shooter. Matisse Thybulle's a great young defender. And Maxey is a rookie from Kentucky who some say was the steal of the draft. Now, that's pretty promising to me. But what are they going to do for this team? Because I've seen Maxey work out with Rondo. Last night, he was up at 5:30 in the morning practicing with an NBA champion. All-star, Rajon Rondo. You know, Kentucky guy. John Calipari, great coach. I mean, he saw a lot in Maxey to really say on draft night that he could be the steal of the draft. And from what I've seen, from the worth ethic that I've seen this kid already put in, he might be right. And if that's the case, the Sixers are looking good. And, you know, you also have Isaiah Joe and Paul Reed, who, you know, he's on a two-way contract. And Isaiah Joe shot 10 threes a game in college. I mean, you're building your shooters. I'm excited, guys. Like, this season, I haven't been nearly as excited for a Sixers season since Jimmy Butler has been on this team. Since the first game Jimmy Butler played in, I haven't been as excited for a game. I love this team. I love it already. I love what they have brought to the table already in this offseason. And I'm excited. I think Ben Simmons is going to have a career year. I think Joel Embiid's going to have a great year. I think Tobias Harris is going to have a better year than he's had. Maybe we see something offensively from Matisse. Shake Milton, maybe he takes a little bit of a step up. Let's see what happens with Curry. I mean, there's so many possibilities with this team. There's so many different ways that this team can just lock you in. And I'm excited to see that. I am. And we're going to be making videos all year long on this team. This is just the beginning. But with that being said, thank you all so much for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And I am out. Peace.